Hey, what's up? What's up? Happy whatever today is. What's today? Wednesday? No, Thursday. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys having a great day. Hope it's been productive. It's been a full day for me. It's been an all-day training last couple days with my new tax franchise. You guys hear a lot about that later, but it was really good stuff. Really good stuff. Had a lot of great conversations with clients. Of course, the last few days. Asked me about investments, about taxes, about credit, all that stuff, and it's really had me thinking about some important advice that I want to share with everybody, actually. So I know a lot of times going into the new year. See my crutches back there? Long story, but I don't need them anymore. A lot of times, if we're going into the new year, we have New Year's goals and resolutions and all that stuff. And many of us, our goals are they include getting ahead financially, whether it be just our personal finances, our business, getting out of debt, making more money, buying a new home, buying a car, fixing our credit, all that stuff. Usually we have a lot of important financial goals. And, in general, many times we just want to get ahead. We want to be in a better financial position next year as we were than this year. We want to have more money in our pocket, ability to travel, ability to buy the things that we want, have the lifestyle that we enjoy. And it's not complicated, right? But it does take work and discipline and effort. And so I want to share with you, I think something that's very important that all of us follow, me included, follow a lot more than I have in the past. This is something that's worked for me, and I'm going to get back to basics, and it's something that I think will work for you, that you need to teach your children, need to share with your friends, your family, all that good stuff, and definitely follow this, write this down, put together a plan. So if you want to get ahead financially in 2019, what you need to do is simple. You need to get a hold of your expenses, get a hold of your income. That's really it, actually. What you need to do is you want your income to be twice what your expenses are. That's just really what it is, right? You need to make sure your income doubles your expenses. And that's really the only way that you're going to get ahead. You need that. So let's say your expenses are $4,000 a month. You need to be making $8,000 a month, just period. What are you going to do with the extra $4,000 a month? You need to invest that money. All right. That's the only way you're going to really get ahead financially. You need to go and invest that money. You need to invest it in your own personal development. You need to invest it in your retirement. You need to invest it in investments, whether it be stocks, bonds, real estate, businesses, franchises, whatever. You need to reinvest that money in your business. Invest it in an assistant, videographer, Facebook ads, or whatever. But it really does take some money to make money, right? You need to invest money into yourself and into your business. You need to grow your ability to earn money, right? Because really, for you to be free, which is our goal, you need to put a couple $1,000,000 in the bank, right? You need to build a couple $1,000,000 worth of net worth. That's putting some income in your pocket. That's just, if you ever plan on retiring, you need a few $1,000,000, or it's just not going to happen. It's just not. Don't let anybody lie to you. I understand some people don't want to be rich, and all this other stuff, but all of us want to be able to retire at some point in our lives. And I tell you, let's say if you retire at 65 and you're going to live to 85, 20 years, $1 million is not a lot of money, right? I promise you. So you're going to need a couple $1,000,000 to retire anyway. And the only way you're going to put that kind of money in the bank or build those type of assets, obviously you can build up a pension with whatever company you might be with, and build up your Social Security and all that stuff, right? But you need to do more than just that. You need to build you some assets. And so in order to do that, for a lot of us, we're living paycheck to paycheck, right? That's just the reality of it. Is that average household income in California is like $50,000 a year, some crap like that, maybe $60,000 a year. United States is $46,000 a year. But the average 2-bedroom requires you to make $100,000 in order to live there. So cost of living is super high in Los Angeles, but just in general, the average household doesn't make a lot of money. So I don't care what kind of Mercedes that your neighbor drives. I don't care what the color of the bottom of their shoes, right? I don't care about the purse or the belt buckle or all the stuff that you see people with. Average household income is between $46,000 and $60,000 a year. So most people this applies to, because most people just don't make a lot of money. So how can we change that? How can we go from, hey, I'm making $46,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, I'm making $150,000 a year, but there's no money in my bank. How can I now get ahead? So first off, you need to cut your expenses. Chances are you're fucking money off on dumb shit, right? And I'm using that language because it's so true, right? It can be very annoying looking at people's income statements and seeing that and wondering, where did my money go? A lot of times we're wasting money on foolish things, right? We got Hulu, we got Netflix, we got cable, we got a $5 or $10 a day Starbucks habit. We are paying a super high car note. We got a super fancy apartment, whatever the case might be. First, we got a storage unit that we're not using really. Like, we got stuff in storage that we haven't seen in 2 years, right? We're wasting money frivolously. We got a drinking habit, so we're spending $100 or $500 a weekend at the bar. We got a shopping habit, right? We're spending a whole lot of money on some whatever, right? Some nice clothes and fancy stuff. So first order of business is you got to take control of your expenses. So there's one exception to this though. If you know how to make money. So if you go ahead and say, you know what, David, you're right. I need to increase my income. I need my income to be twice my expenses. Hey, my expenses are at $4,000 a month or $8,000 a month. I'm just go ahead and start making $16,000 a month, and you know how to go out and make money. Hey, keep your expenses where they're at. Go make some more money. But if that's not you, you need to cut your expenses, right? You need to do whatever you need to do to cut your expenses, get your expenses low. Then on top of that, you need to work twice as hard in 2019 as you did in 2018. You need to look at how many hours a week do you really work. When I say work, I mean, I'm not saying like in front of a desk or in front of a computer or whatever. How many hours a week do you really work? And you need to work twice as hard. Now, this is not life. This is not forever. It's not for the next 5 years or 10 years or wherever, right? But it's until you don't have to anymore, right? So you need to pick up a side business or a second job or put in more hours or take in more overtime. Honestly, I'm believing picking up a side business. But whatever you have to do to bring in some extra money, you need to sell the excess stuff in your apartment, or flip things on Craigslist, or go to garage sales and buy stuff cheap and sell it online at Amazon and on eBay. But that's really the only way you're gonna get ahead, right? If you don't increase that difference between what you make and what you spend, you're gonna be in a rat race for life. Like, just really think about that. Do you want the next 10 years, next 20 years, then the rest of your life being broke every single month, paycheck to paycheck, payday loans, bad credit, high interest rate stuff, all the stuff that I've experienced and a lot of us have experienced, just trying to make it? Or do you really want to thrive? All right, you got to ask yourself that question. You got to answer that question. Do you really want to really have abundance, right? And you look at anybody that has that's wealthy, that's really financially successful, they have a difference between what they make and what they spend. And obviously they make a lot more money than you might, but it doesn't mean that you can't take that same principle, right? Doesn't mean you can't take the next 6 months, next 12 months to be a little uncomfortable, right? To not have as much, many things to watch on TV, right? Or to even watch TV, you might want to give up TV, right? You want to take the next 6 to 12 months to be a little bit uncomfortable. Get rid of all that extra stuff, right, that you're spending money on. Cut those expenses as much as possible. Let your friends know, hey, I'm on a budget. Like, I ain't got it, right? And then go to work, right? And then put as much money as you can away, right? Wait for a good opportunity to come along and invest in it. I've heard so many of those stories of people who have gotten wealthy because they just were prepared at the right opportunity. And guess what? In case you didn't know, a recession is coming. Right? As they say, winter is coming. This is not like me being smart, predicting anything. I'm just telling you the facts. Right? There's a market correction every 10 years. There's a downturn in the real estate market and the stock market every 10 years. We're long overdue. We've had the longest bull market in history with the stock market. Long overdue, and we have a crazy president. So ask any realtor what's happening in the real estate market. They'll tell you the market's softening right now. You ask anybody in investments, they say the yield curve is inverted right now. All that stuff is predictors that we're going to see a recession soon. And so if you're not prepared through having money saved, through cutting your expenses, through doubling your work ethic, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. So my little bit of rant, I hope it helps somebody. I hope it helps me. I need to go ahead and I'm preparing over 2019 to be about financial abundance. Not about spending money, not about showing money, not about looking successful, but actually building freedom. And so hold me accountable to that.